Welcome to the Supernatural Occurrence Studies Podcast.
So supernatural.
Paranormal.
Locally grown, harvested, non-organic, lactose-free paranormal.
Equally opportunity
Fungi.
gluten
Way to yes and that.
dependent
I am
lactose tolerant
lactose-tolerant paranormal.
talk show.
I am Jason Knight, host of the podcast. With me are the two co-founders of Supernatural Occurrence Studies, Mr. Dave Black
Hi.
and Mr. Joe Erie.
So damn paranormal.
Yes. And, of course, my lovely cohort, Mr. Oscar Spector. Lexi thought I was going to say her when I said lovely.
Hello.
Turn
No,
that around.
I knew you were talking about Oscar. He is sexy.
Fucking hella lovely
If I
bitch.
was
Yeah,
a
you
chick,
are.
I'd do him.
You're yummy, and I'm hungry. All right, so listeners, obviously, this is an unscheduled episode. This is a bonus episode.
But we're back home.
We are back home, and
We're in Oscar's garage. There's a ladder.
Yes, we're mobile. We're a mobile podcast. That's our hook. We realized after listening real time to the T&Js SmokeHouse episode,
Which is out.
which is out. We actually were listening to it.
I will say that I was listening to it in my car.
Oh, fucking finally!
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
listening to it in my car,
Dave's taking
and I
credit for
heard something in the
He
background
is
while
taking
we were
credit for
interviewing
it.
Sean.
I found
And
it,
I-
guys.
I-
I found it. Me.
Listen,
I found
I'm gonna say this.
So
right now.
first, the guy's name is
If-
Josh.
Josh, that's what I
Josh
said.
Neese,
If
owner of T&J Smokehouse.
if anyone was listening and heard this, and caught this, please let us know. But it might have just like been glossed over by a lot of people. But there was a sound in the background when we were in that office, right after Josh said that his son was about 3 years old, right before he started to talk about Petey.
Petey the Boy Ghost.
Petey the Boy Ghost, which makes my head tingle when I say it.
Boist.
Because it's creepy.
Yes, it is.
But as soon as he mentioned my son was 3 years old, there was a sound, what I thought was a woman or a child's voice in the background, clearly yelling something.
Very passionate about whatever it was saying.
And it was only maybe 2 seconds, and you could hear it underneath Josh's voice. And when I heard it, initially I kind of discounted it as like, oh, just background noise. But then I thought to myself, I'm like, we were upstairs across the building from the stairwell that goes downstairs.
Right.
And it was the middle of the day. It was slow.
Very slow.
And there was nobody. There would be no reason for anyone to be yelling that loud that the sound would travel upstairs into our Tascam 3 rooms away from the stairs.
Without us reacting to it.
Without us even noticing it, reacting to it, or Josh saying...
Skipping
like,
a beat.
what?
Yeah, never even skipped a beat.
What's going
So
on
our
out there?
phones start blowing up with text message. You guys got to live this. Oh my god! Like at 20,
Yeah.
23, 40, whatever.
I was one of the listeners who glossed over it.
Yeah.
But-
got a chance, listen to it, and I'm like, it's a server in the background.
and you guys-
I rewound it again, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a kid. That's
It
not
is.
a woman's
You
voice.
guys
And I wrote
know me.
I am over and over
the-
again. I'm like, dude, that's a kid's voice.
I am
Yes.
the
Wow.
perennial skeptic
And an
I will-
asshole.
I will shoot down everything and anything. I will openly say that's bullshit. That's nothing. You know, like I'll find any reason or explanation to discount something
We get it.
before
Yes,
I will
yes,
accept
we
it.
know. The listeners know by now.
So you know,
All right, so what's your most
when I'm
scariest
saying,
ghost story? No?
when I'm saying
tell me your
that something
theories.
something sounds paranormal, like fucking check it out, because like I'm saying it, and I listened to it, you know, because before I said anything to you guys, I wanted to hear it a few times just to make sure that I wasn't, you know, just like, oh yeah, that was just Nancy. She came up the stairs to like.
I don't know how the hell you heard it. Like honestly, like it was like it's like it was kind of faint.
had it-
I mean,
I-
you
but
definitely hear it.
once you hear it,
Oh, yeah.
it's as clear as a bell.
When I listen to things in my car, I have to have the volume cranked all the way up, because when I play through my Bluetooth, for some reason, even if I crank the volume all the way up on my phone, it's still only like 50%.
Okay.
So I had to have the volume turned all the way up, And so I heard that in the background. I'm like, wait a minute. And it's hard. Like, I was listening to it on Spotify, and it's kind of hard to rewind.
I would
on
just
Spotify.
think background noise right away.
So I just kept going back and going back and going back a few seconds and listening to it over. And I'm like, that's definitely something. And when I heard it, like, my hair started to stand on end and stuff, because I knew I was hearing something that was not there when we were there. Like, that was not
present during the recording.
Human in origin. And so that's.
And it sounds like it's coming from right behind us, like right outside that doorway where we were sitting in Josh's office.
And I was sitting right next to that door. Now, granted, I do not have the greatest hearing, but if that sound was in that room, in that hallway, up those stairs, I would have heard it. I would have, like, at the very least, I would have remembered hearing it.
Yeah.
Dude, like when I heard that on the tape, I would have been like, oh yeah, I heard that while we were recording.
Yeah. Dude, the fucked up thing is, the second time I heard it, I'm like, oh my God, that's a little kid's voice.
So let's not say what it is yet.
No.
Let's. So we've talked about it a lot. We wanted to put it out here right now, hot on the heels of the T&J Smokehouse episode being out, published.
And just to describe this as, if you want to hear this before we even talk about it, pause this episode, go back to episode 74. Was it? That was our last episode, 74, right?
I believe it was. Go ahead, I'll check. Keep talking. I'll check.
T&Js.
Yeah,
Smokehouse.
T&Js episode 74.
Yes,
you go
74.
to 23 minutes and 50 seconds in. And this is when Josh just starts to tell the story about Petey. And he, at 23 minutes and 56 seconds, he says, my boy was about 3 years old.
And then
you hear it in the background.
Yeah.
So go, before you listen to us play it here, pause this episode right now, go back to episode 74. Don't worry, if you're on Spotify, it'll save your place on this episode. You'll be able to come right back to it. Go to 74, go to 23 minutes and 50 seconds, listen to it, crank your volume all the way up and listen to it, and then come back here and listen to our enhanced audio.
Yes. So, Oscar, could we please plug in Petey?
Oh, and I should say...
Oscar, hold, please.
First of all, we don't know if it's Petey. Second of all, we don't know.
I got shot down.
Second of all, keep in mind the clip you hear. It's a loop. It's a loop playing it twice in a row at regular speed, and then once at a slower speed.
Are you telling me how to edit my own?
Yeah,
no,
actually, Oscar,
the way the clip was sent to us by our audio technician guy that. Dan, that works.
So now that you all are confused,
right?
Oscar,
play it.
Insert here.
Almost 3 years old. He was exploring the building. Almost 3 years old. He was exploring the building. Almost 3 years old. He was exploring the building.
All right, listeners. So that first clip was actually just removed from the T&J Smokehouse episode, and it's Josh obviously speaking over whatever this thing is that's talking in the background. Now I want to play the clip with Josh removed where we isolated this mysterious voice, and what we're going to do is we're going to play the voice at normal speed twice, like a loop, and then we're going to slow it down to get a little bit better, see if we can get a little more enunciation out of this voice. So remember, it's going to loop twice, normal speed, and then once slowed down. Okay? Oscar, let's play that real quick. All right, I'm getting the chills right now. Should we say what we think this is? What it's saying?
Or should we? Maybe we should let the listeners write in and let us know what they think it's saying.
But we should also give our opinions on what we think it's saying.
All right, so we all heard different things. Right. Like when I actually finally got out of work, I got a chance to listen to it. Dude, my heart dropped. I got the chills all over my whole body. It was just goosebumps. My stomach hurt. I'm like, holy shit. And I literally felt like something was next to me. I have no fucking doubt that he says, I'm 5.
I'm 5.
I'm 5.
What I heard when I first heard that, because you sent it in an audio file
Yes.
to my email. And I did not I did not know that the first clip was looped. When I first heard the sound, it sounded to me like definitely, it wasn't just like indistinguishable muttering. It was definitely somebody trying to say something. It was like clearly words being said far away. But when I heard that the first clip that you sent me with the isolation, what I heard was, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And I listened to it again, and I kept hearing, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Almost like somebody arguing, like, is there something wrong?
Right,
is there
right.
something wrong? But then I realized that was the loop.
The loop we created.
And the length.
Well, that's why I wanted to preface that second clip.
So, but I realized that was just that one, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then Joe called me after he listened to it. And I don't know why, but it was a pain in the ass to get you guys all listen to it. But when
fucking work.
When Joe called me and he's saying I'm 5. I'm 5.
Dude, I fucking I'm serious, dude. Like my stomach, my arms, like I was just cold and like
as soon as he called me and told me that, I got the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm 5. I'm 5.
Wait.
And the messed up thing is, he's like, when my son was 3 years old, and then it says, I'm 5.
Is it saying Yanni or Laurel?
Huh?
Okay, nothing.
That was like 12 weeks ago. Everyone forgot about that.
I didn't.
I'm 5. I'm 5. Right after he said his son was 3.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Petey. It's like Petey piped up, like you said earlier, Dave, and he's like, well, I'm 5. I'm 5.
He's letting it know.
Right after Josh said his son was 3. I'm 5. I'm 5.
I was like, fuck.
And I could see like my son doing the same thing.
Dude,
like,
look at my arms right now.
Yeah,
like I
you're
am
all
like
goosed up.
And I think that these things they follow us, and it's like we almost figured that out for.
Well, it's
crazy.
We just gave a voice to Petey.
It's like when you think about them, they think about you somewhere.
Yeah,
right.
It's
Like
weird.
The world knows.
It's almost like once we make a connection with them, we're like kind of hooked into them for life. So all we have to do, even miles away, we can just think about them, and then like we'll just
I definitely feel the same way, man, for sure.
Like, hey, Petey,
that's
you here
why
with
I don't
us?
taunt these things.
Dave's trying it right now.
Say, hey, Petey, are you here with us?
Dave's trying
Petey,
to-
are you here right now?
Petey, are you here?
Petey, are you here? Come here, Petey.
Put-in-Bay Petey.
I can
dude,
seriously feel. Like,
You see
hair
this,
is
Jay? You see
standing
this?
look at my
on
face.
end.
You see this? And
My eyes are watering. Right
What's happening right now?
yeah.
Get off the bathtub.
Are you feeling it too?
Are we actually channeling Petey?
I swear to God, I feel it in the back of my head, my back. Look at my legs. Look at this. Look at all these
Lexi's
goosebumps.
vigorously
You see
shaking.
this?
Yeah,
All
no,
I see is your tattoo.
Lexi's vigorously shaking your
like
head.
we were able to channel Petey all the way from Put-in-Bay to come here and make my eyes water.
Petey, are you 5?
Come on, Petey.
We're holding our mics up.
Petey, I heard that you're 3 years old. Is that true? Petey? How old are you? Petey is a cricket.
Petey, is
I
that
don't know
you?
I don't know if listeners could hear that. Cricket.
Oh, boy.
You're feeling it?
Well, not now, but I definitely felt like it was...
It's weird, man.
The thing is, like, I don't know if we're actually channeling Petey or, I mean...
It could be some other type of energy,
it could
like
be.
Literally when I heard that audio, I felt it was like he was there with me.
This is the thing with me and Joe, and it's so hard to figure out because we haven't figured out how this stuff works even after 20 years. But when we get that chill down our spine and that's like kind of opening a floodgate. It would be like standing in the middle of an alley and be like, "Come here, boy, come here." To like whatever dog is in the area,
Yeah.
you know, and
That's a scary thought, man.
and I think that's what we just did now is we called whatever's on this block over to us. It could be from 500 or 600 feet away in another house or whatever, and we lit up like the Predator vision to it, and it came running to us.
That's a terrifying thought because you don't know what you're attracting to.
Now.
You don't know what you're attracting to you.
Yeah.
Wow. Oscar, what do you think?
Well, now that we have an energy here as a guest, so where are you from?
Oscar's cut out. Oscar, what do you think about this Petey?
I didn't feel anything, but it's really cool.
The voice.
Yeah. What did you, Oscar? What did you think when you listened to it?
My first thought, I'm 5.
But I mean, did you when you heard it when I told you to listen to it? Mm-hmm. What was your first impression? Was it? Well,
I think
this is definitely paranormal, or were you just I don't know what this is? It might be just background noise.
I thought it was background noise.
So did I, but it is not.
I know that the first time I'm like, oh, it's a lady in the background yelling, and I wound it. Holy
the
shit,
isolated audio
makes me
rethink that, but at first I thought it was just.
Jay, when you heard it, what did you think it was?
Well, I obviously worked with Oscar putting the show together. I did hear it, and I just being in a bar, I just
my thoughts too
automatically associate just random background noise.
But it was the audio though. It was the audio where it's popped out. Not like what do you think it's saying?
For the longest time, I couldn't tell what it was saying. And I listened probably 20 times at home. When you text me and said, dude, it's saying I'm 5, it just all crashed like a ton of bricks onto me. Because then I thought about,
that's funny.
The story that Josh told, the point of the story when Petey, I'm just going to call him Petey, jumped in, it was too coincidental. And then the points Dave made where no one reacted to this during the recording. Josh didn't react to it. It sounds like it's literally right outside that door, right behind us. Someone would have reacted during that interview. Someone would have said something. We would have marked it like, oh, that was someone yelling,
Right behind that door is the hall.
No one responded to this. How close was that to the liquor room?
Dude, it's right there, right behind us.
It is.
And right where all that was going on. And like when we went down after the interview, I was hanging out with him over there, and I was like, holy shit.
Why are you freaking
I know.
out?
It's getting really crazy and cold in here, man.
What is going on?
Look at this. Look at this.
It's the dead people.
Murder somebody in your garage,
I'm sorry, I did.
Is that what's in that new fridge? In the
no, seriously, like, dude,
don't open that fridge.
I am getting charged right now. And look at this. You see my fucking arm, dude.
Yeah,
I'm lit up right now.
My eyes are leaking down my face right now.
Yeah.
Why are you leaking?
Uh-oh. At least you said never mind. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, I'm definitely lit up right now. I don't know
this
if
is
it's
the thing,
PD or just
after I couldn't tell what it said initially. So you sent the file to Dan. Dan is Joe's friend. He's he was in 88 Fingers Louie.
Yeah, Radio Fingers Louie Rise.
He's like a professional band, he's a professional band producer. Like he's a music producer. So
everyone knows who Rise Against is.
When we have things like that,
Dan Precision.
we send it over to Dan to have him clean it up or isolate sounds and stuff like that. So you sent it over to him. He got it right back to you, and I texted Dan and I'm like, "What do you think it's saying?" And he said, "Outside." Sounds like somebody's saying outside, like almost like you would yell at a dog, like outside, or you would yell at like a drunk person at a bar, outside.
Yeah,
hey, outside. I heard I'm fine, and then when Joe said I'm 5, I'm like, that makes sense.
And usually I'm kind of bad with hearing, just fucking from playing music for so long. I'm like, like Joey, like he's always like, dude, and he's like, Tom, I'm like, huh? This was so fucking clear, man. It was just like it was super clear.
I'm
like
5.
I mean, at first I heard I'm 5 or I'm 9, and then last time completely I'm 5.
Well,
and
contact.
It's like whoa.
Yeah, contact at chicagoghostpodcast.com. Let us know what you think. This thing, whatever it is, PD or otherwise, what is it saying? Let us know. We don't have to stop talking. I just want to throw that out there. Let the listeners.
Dude, Oscar, you want to play it again?
We could. Let's play it again.
And this is.
Oh, go ahead, Dave.
This is something I wanted to say. When I was doing my walkthrough, I was listening to that earlier today because I wanted to see if I could pick up anything else in the episode. So I was listening very carefully to our walkthroughs, and I can guarantee, and there's really no way to prove this, but I can guarantee when I was doing that walkthrough, there were a bunch of background sounds that I was not making. There was like clinking of metal. There was like pots and pans banging together. There was like all kinds of stuff happening in the background that I'm pretty sure, because I was just walking into the rooms and looking around. I wasn't stepping on things. I wasn't moving things around. I wasn't touching anything.
Yeah.
But you can hear things kind of like shuffling around in the room, just like,
really,
and and like I said, there's no way to isolate these sounds or prove it, but I'm fairly certain there were unnatural sounds that were happening in the room with me while I was doing my walkthrough.
What a great place.
Okay.
We can't have any more motivation than this to start getting EVPs and pictures.
Joe,
Again.
I want
more.
you to...
Ooh, you want me? I want
you to listen through to your walkthrough and see if you can pick up anything in it as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm, like, specifically there was a lot of, like, metallic sounds. Sound like pipes pinging or, like, pots knocking together, like, that kind of stuff. And I know, there wasn't any, like... I wasn't, like, stepping on... Like, I might have, like, knocked into something once or twice or a metal shelf or something like that. But there's a lot of the sounds on there. And I know I wasn't, like, tripping over stuff or anything. So, I don't know.
Yeah, listeners, let us know if you hear anything.
And you can hear me I don't know if you heard me going into that back room and going, oh, cool, there's an old claw-footed bathtub in here.
And that was Petey's tub.
Yeah.
God. Ugh.
I purposely left that in there.
Yeah.
Good.
Dude, I remember too. Like I was like pissed. I'm like, man, like I felt something by the back room, by the end of the bar in the kitchen. I'm like, damn, what the hell? Like there has to have been something that happened there, and I'm like, holy shit! When you go
Directly
straight
above.
up, that's where that tub was.
That's right.
And I was like, whoa, that's cool.
It was a great episode, guys. Great episode. Good stuff. Oscar, let's play Petey. Let's have Petey play us out. And
Petey, take us home.
Promised it would be quick. This is a bonus episode. Yeah. Petey, take us home.
Almost 3